back. So we are gonna get right into it. Today I'm gonna be talking about 15 of my favorite running accessories that I've used over the years. I'm not gonna be talking about running shoes, but I'll get into all the details about all of my favorite accessories that I've used. So to kick things off, I do wanna talk about one of my favorites, and that is my Garmin Forerunner 935. Take a look there. So what I really like about this watch is that it's very customizable. I've definitely ran in the past without a watch. I've used a Fitbit Surge before, but I do find that I like this one the best. I'm able to track different types of activities. So for me, that's primarily outdoor runs, long runs, also treadmill runs. And this actually has a feature that you can calibrate your distance after you've completed it. The watch face can be customized to include things like total time, average pace, lap pace, really just a variety of things, and a lot of the metrics that I haven't even gotten into yet. But this is a great watch for you if you really are kind of into looking into all the metrics about your runs. Garmin also has a variety of other options to choose from. I also wanted to talk about one of my favorite accessories for running in the dark. Not as common now since it's nice and spring and it's getting sunny again, it's lighter later, but I have used this running vest a lot, especially in the winter months. And this is by No X Gear, so you'll notice this tubing, it actually lights up into all different colors. So it's kind of hard to see in the light here, but this really makes you stay prominent as you're running on the roads. You slip it around you. It's really just like any other running vest, and you clip it in the front. So I'll leave a link for that in case you're interested. I've ran with many other reflective vests, clip-on lights, but I do find that this one, I don't really notice it when I'm running, and it's very bright. So the next thing that I want to talk about, again, it's probably more relatable for folks that are dealing with winter conditions. So here in New England, something that you should certainly keep in mind, but these are the Yak Tracks, and they come in a lot of different varieties, but really what it is just something to slip over your shoe, and I've done so here. So you can see on the bottom, there's kind of these mini spikes that help you to keep your traction as you're running in the winter. Treadmills can get a little bit boring, so it's nice to have this option, and also to make sure that you're staying safe, because it can get a little dangerous out there when you're slipping around. I also like the fact that this isn't a separate shoe or anything that you have to buy. It just slips right over the running shoe that you already have. So Yak Tracks, another great brand and something to use in the wintertime. So the next item is from Bottle Band. And I did find these on Amazon. And the reason I like Bottle Band is because you can actually slip it over a water bottle. And then as you're running, you don't really notice it, at least I don't. It takes some getting used to. But this can be used on a variety of water bottles. I've used it with disposable water bottles. If I take this with me when I go to a race, I'll talk more about these particular ones as well. But you can actually get them in a lot of different varieties. This one says Eat, Sleep, Run, which I thought was kind of cute, but all different colors. So those are available on Amazon through Bottle Band. And to go with the Bottle Band, what I showed you previously is by Camelback, and I think I just got these at Target, and they are insulated. I really like the fact that the top has the option to switch it so that you can have it completely closed, or you can have it when it's open where there's still a spout that's covering it. So as you're running, you can easily take a swig of your fuel, and it's not gonna get all over the place as you are currently, moving along your run. So these actually go nicely with the Bottle Band. You don't need the Bottle Band for them, but I've really enjoyed using these water bottles. Also, another tool that every runner shouldn't be without is a foam roller. And you've probably seen these, maybe you've already used them and are already familiar. This one is from the brand Gaiam, and I actually just got this one at Target, but that's not to say that you have to get this particular one. I know that I've had friends in the past that have just gone onto Amazon, any other sports or running store, and there's a huge variety to pick from, all different materials and lengths, but as long as you have one, you'll be in good shape. This really helps with recovery for your muscles, and I know that over some of the injuries I've had in the past, I probably maybe could have avoided them or at least mitigated them by using my foam roller more. So that's something that I'm definitely incorporating into my routine as I move forward with marathon training. Now, another one that you may already be familiar with, maybe you've seen this, maybe you think it's a torture device. It's also a roller of sorts, but it's the stick, and it just has these little beads that roll along on it, and you can use it just to move into your muscles, and it really helps with muscle recovery. Definitely, it can be a little bit painful, but all for good cause to help those muscles recover. And what I really like about this one is that it's a lot easier to pack with me. So if I'm going to a race, if I'm just going to be out of town for a long period of time and I don't want to bring this big bulky one, or maybe you have one foam roller that's even bigger than this and don't want to pack that, it just slides right into my bag. I've never had an issue taking it in my carry-on onto an airplane. It's just nice and portable. So certainly look into the stick roller if you enjoy foam rolling and want another option. I've really enjoyed using that. All right, so as we move along into the next item, this is something I take with me kind of regardless of the distance that I'm running. This is just an armband, and you can easily slip your phone inside of it. A lot of times they have little pockets in here that you can actually slip a key into or any other valuables. And I honestly don't have a particular preference for the brand that I use. It's gonna sound like a broken record, but I've gone onto Amazon and just searched for a running armband, and then I've actually looked for one for the particular phone that I have. Make sure that you do that so that you get one that your phone fits snugly into. There's not too much space, it's not too tight to fit it into the armband itself, and you really don't notice it as you're running. Even if you have headphones, I've used it and it's been pretty non-existent as I run. Okay, so moving on to saline spray. This might not be something that you normally think about when you think of running, but for me, it's really helped, especially in allergy season, right before a big race. It's good to just clear everything out in your sinuses. This one is certainly safe to use, the Simply Saline by Arm & Hammer. I think there might be some other varieties as well, but I really enjoyed this one. Comes in different sizes. Recommend for sure. Okay, and then after the saline spray, I did want to talk about running shorts. So I'm not going to cover all the running shorts that I use or running tights, but I did want to take a moment to talk about these by Zoot Sports, which I believe is a triathlon-focused sports apparel company. And the reason I wanted to talk about these is because of a few things. First off being the inseam. So this might look a little short, but they actually have a 5-inch inseam, which I find to be the minimum that I like to use. The 3 or 4 inch tends to be too short, rides up, isn't comfortable. And then when you get into like 6-7 inches, it just starts to feel more like a running capri and not as preferable when it gets super hot and you really do want a nice pair of shorts to wear. The other element about these shorts that I like is the huge pocket in the back. So this is the back here. You can't really tell, but there's a big pocket, much bigger than other shorts that I've used in the past. So you can store, you could probably put your phone in there, but I know fuel, keys, tissues, whatever you want to put into your running pocket, certainly a good feature to have with running shorts. So just look for one that's a good length for you and one that has a pocket so that you can store any extras that maybe aren't fitting into your armband or a running belt. So look into those. The next item that I want to talk about, again, is a pretty common toiletry item, but that is Vaseline. So Vaseline is the option that I like to use as opposed to things like Body Glide or other anti-chafing gels or roll-ons that you can use as a runner. I certainly have used those in the past too. What I like about Vaseline is that it's really easy to get. So if you're going to a race and you forgot your specific anti-chafing gel, then you can usually find Vaseline at any local pharmacy or grocery store. And I like these mini ones because they're really easy to travel with and take with you. Moving on to some more, fueling electrolyte replacement items is something that I've been using actually for the past few years now, I've really come to enjoy it. It's a staple in my running regimen, and that is Noon hydration. So there's a few different tubes that I have here, but just to give you an overview of how to use them. So every Noon variety comes in this little tube. You simply open it up, take out one of the tablets, and then you put it into your water bottle, a glass of water, and it is an electrolyte tablet. So it can be used before, during, or after a run. I definitely always incorporate one of these into my long runs. So that's usually what's in my water bottle that I'm taking with me with the bottle band that I talked about previously. And another thing that I like about Noon itself is that it does come in a lot of different varieties. So for instance, the one that I showed is actually a sport variety, so it does have some added caffeine in case you're someone that doesn't want to have coffee in the morning before a run or workout, but you do want a little bit of caffeine to get you going. I enjoy that. There are also some that are more focused on primarily being vitamins. So there's one that's a ginger lemonade variety, so it's vitamins. It also does have a little bit of caffeine. This flavor, it tastes amazing. They have the original Noon hydration ones. So this one's a tri-berry flavor, and this one is really just an electrolyte replacement. There's no added caffeine, so if you're sensitive to caffeine, good option for you. And finally, something new that they came out with is actually one that I really enjoy, and that's Noon Rest for recovery. So for this one, the flavor is lemon chamomile, which is actually delicious. And it has some added magnesium, so it really helps restore your muscles after a really tough workout or a long run, helps you relax. And that's just another variety that they have. So many different flavors to choose from. It's easily portable. Again, you can take it with you if you're going to a race or you're traveling. It's not like you need to lug around a bunch of large water bottles of Gatorade. Another thing that I like about these as opposed to Gatorade or other sports drinks is that the sugar is very minimal in Noon. So sugar, low calories, so you're only giving your body the electrolytes that you need and not all the additional additives that you really don't need. So Noon, great product to have. And the next one is actually something that I received as a gift from my brother, so thank you and shout out to him. It's the Buff headband, and these I really enjoy because you can wear them in multiple weather conditions. So I use this when it's cold out and I want something to cover my ears, or even when it's hot and I just want to pull my hair back and keep this headband on. You can fold it all different ways. You can wear it around your neck so that it keeps your neck warm in the winter, and people can get really creative and fancy with the way that they fold it, kind of with like a crisscross pattern in the front. You can have it as a very wide headband or fold it a few times and keep it very small. So again, comes in all different colors to choose from, different patterns. And I know these are very popular with runners as a headband. The next item, I know we only have a couple left, is the spy belt. And this is actually something that I got, I think it was back in 2013 when I did the Philadelphia Marathon. And I've come to really enjoy it and always like to incorporate it on my long runs when I'm carrying a lot with me. And the reason why I like it so much is that it's expandable. It's not a big bulky belt that you have to put around yourself, but it's an expandable pocket, so it just zips open. Usually I'll put my phone in there. I know it doesn't look like it'll fit, but it does really stretch and fit around your phone. If you have additional fuel that you want to bring with you, your keys, really anything. Again, this is just another option for storage when you're running. It might not seem like you need that much space for storage. So if you have the armband, the shorts, the spy belt, but in my opinion, you really can never have too much. It's always nice to have that option in case you need more room to pack. And finally, I did want to talk about some more fuel. And for me, my fuel option of choice during a long run, during a race, is Cliff Blocks. So I'll show you the one that I have. Actually, probably need to get more as I've used up a lot of them in training. But the Cliff Blocks are energy chews, so it's kind of like a gummy. They taste really, really good. And this is something that I like to use usually every, I'd say like 3 to 5 miles. I'll take 2 just so that I'm constantly giving my body the calories that it needs when I'm doing a longer run. And they do come in a lot of different flavor varieties. So this one's a black cherry. I know I really like the mountain berry as well. So many others that I couldn't name off right now. And this one also has that added caffeine, so 50 milligrams caffeine added. Some of them do not have the additional caffeine, again, in case you're sensitive to that. There are also some that include extra sodium. So I remember I tried one in the past that was I think the flavor was margarita, so that was kind of fun. And they had additional sodium added, and that's really helpful to use when it's really hot and humid out and you just know that you're gonna be needing some additional sodium to restore those electrolytes. And I know that this topic of fuel can be very personal to each runner. Some folks don't like to use the energy chews because it's a lot to chew as you're running. Some prefer the gels. And I, definitely more of a Cliff Blocks person, but if I am gonna reach for a gel, that's usually a honey stinger. So if you haven't heard of those, I don't have one with me today, but it really does taste, I think it's made with real honey, so it actually tastes really good. Some of the other gels that I've tried on courses in the past, just really kind of artificial flavor that, it's kind of weird when it's that jelly consistency. So normally a Cliff Blocks person or the honey stinger, but you really need to try out all of your fueling options and figure out what works best for you, because you never want to try something new on race day. So for me, I've practiced using the blocks during training runs. I wouldn't say just use it once and assume you'll be okay. Use it multiple times throughout and really simulate what it's going to be like on race day for whatever distance that you're going for, just so that it doesn't upset your stomach, because there's always that temptation on race day. You're nervous, you want to try the new cool gel or energy chew or jelly bean that they have out there, and you just give it a try. So even if they have it offered on the course, make sure that it's the variety that you've already used. And if they aren't going to offer the variety of gel or chew that you've used during training, that's where the additional pockets and armbands and storage comes in, just so that you can pack your own and be fully prepared. So those are the 15 accessories that I did want to talk about today. Again, there are many more and others that I've used, but I did want to share these with you all. And if you do have another accessory that you think that I should be aware of or that you've tried and you've really enjoyed, definitely drop that in a comment down below. I'm always interested in seeing what else is out there. I think that's one of the exciting parts about running is, while all you really need is that pair of running shoes just to get you going, it is a lot of fun to try out all the new running stuff they have and share it with your friends. And I'm always into learning more. So thanks for taking the time to hear my 15 accessories, and have a great day. Bye.